William Patry, How to Fix Copyright. Dive into the world of copyright in How to Fix Copyright by William Patry. Patry exposes common misconceptions about copyright, that it enriches authors and artists, encourages creativity, and is essential to the knowledge economy. He reveals that the actual purpose of copyright was to enhance monopoly value, which has become meaningless in today's digital era. This introduction to the book's summary takes you through the themes of outdated copyright laws, the need for real-world impact assessment, adapting to changing market dynamics, and the detrimental effects of copyright gatekeepers. Learn about the history and nature of copyright laws, and their relevance in the high-tech economy of digital abundance.
The truth about copyright. Many beliefs about copyright are not true. Copyright laws came about when artistic content was scarce, and technology limited its distribution. Today, in a digital age of abundance, copyright laws more often harm authors and the public. Publishers, record companies, and other copyright gatekeepers promote copyright laws to increase control and their profit. They limit new technological developments to preserve their interests. Lawmakers need to update copyright rules and test the real-world impacts of their legislation before passing new ones. The complexities of copyright law. The concept of copyright law is being challenged by advanced technology, affecting both creators and consumers. This law, which promotes artificial scarcity and leads to inflated prices, benefits only gatekeepers in the creative industry. Superstar creators are rewarded, while the rest of those who create content benefit little. An author's interests become secondary in a commodity-based business, with gatekeepers treating creative content just like any other product. The current copyright law story is flawed, offering no protection or promotion of creativity, and does not cover many other elements of the knowledge economy. Rethinking copyright law. Many legislators believe copyright law spurs creativity, benefits creators financially, and protects their rights. However, this approach overlooks the disproportionate impact on diverse content creators and falsely assumes that strong laws deter piracy. The result is a system that favors gatekeepers and suppresses the cultural output of many creators. Legislators should enact copyright laws based on empirical data rather than unsupported beliefs. Otherwise, they perpetuate the myth that copyright law benefits all creators and restrict the essence of creative expression itself. The benefits of copying in society. In order to promote creativity, society should embrace the act of copying instead of discouraging it. Originality in any creation is only possible due to the efforts of those who came before us. In the early days of copyright, the act of unauthorized copying depended on the creation of new work and was not related to property rights. Copying elements of existing works does not reduce the originality of a new creation. However, current copyright laws view even minor uses of copyrighted material as an infringement, hindering the creativity of artists who rely on inspiration from various sources. Despite the controversy surrounding copyright law, studies reveal that most copyright owners do not pursue protection for their work, and economic benefits occur mainly in the early years of a copyright's term. Overly restrictive copyright laws in modern times result in an increase in courtroom disputes and legal issues. It is essential to recognize that copyright owners deserve compensation for the use of their work, but an overly restrictive approach creates more problems than solutions. Intellectual property restrictions hindering global innovation. International intellectual property laws place developing nations at a disadvantage in negotiations with strong IP exporting countries. This results in the developing nations agreeing to copyright laws against their own interests. Developed nations benefit from these laws as IP exporters, while the importing countries suffer losses. A report suggests that the media piracy issue should be seen as a global pricing problem, and copyright owners should adjust their prices based on affordability in different countries. Copyright for compensation. The digital era no longer permits strict control of creative content and calls for a change in copyright practices. The concept of copyright equating control and profit is outdated. The focus should shift to ensuring creators are compensated for their work. Legislators should reduce copyright protection and tailor regulations to creative works. Copyright owners should renew their rights periodically, while fair use should be accepted as a norm for innovation. The future of copyright is compensation, not control.
In conclusion, William Patry's How to Fix Copyright challenges the traditional understanding and purpose of copyright, arguing that it has led to an imbalance of control and profit, rather than benefiting creators and the public. The book urges for an urgent reevaluation and updating of copyright laws for the digital age, emphasizing the importance of focusing on compensation, addressing the needs of different creative industries, and reconsidering outdated practices. As you wrap up this book's summary, consider the implications of the discussed ideas and reflect on how they can contribute to a fairer and more innovative future for creatives and consumers alike.